Hey everyone, Gwen Jorgensen here, and my foot's messed up, which is not awesome, but hopefully I can teach you some exercises if your foot is messed up too to help you. So I have a little bit of plantar fasciitis, some tarsal tunnel, so here are some exercises that I've learned that should help with both of those. The first thing that we need to do is make sure that the calves are nice and loose. So I'm just doing a standard calf stretch, but I am elevating my toe for greater flexion of that big toe. So I just rolled up a towel, put my toes on that, and I will stay in this position with a straight leg for 30 seconds and stretch it. So, and then after that 30 seconds, then we do a bent leg stretch. So same side, bend the leg, and hold that for 30 seconds. You're gonna do that on, I like to do it on both sides just to make sure that I'm keeping both calves loose, and I'll do that 2 times straight leg, 2 times bent leg each leg. After I've loosened up my calf, I make sure to try to mobilize my foot. I wanna make sure that everything's loose and mobilized before we work on strengthening. So this is just something that helps open up the ankle. This is also great if you have some Achilles problems, but you wanna put a band right around the top of your foot below your ankle, and you wanna make sure it's nice and tight, and then have that hooked up to something low behind you, and you're just gonna bring your knee forward and back. You can also do this one with your toe elevated if you'd like. That's an additional thing you can add. And I would like to do this on both sides for about, just pulsing for anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. A lot of these exercises I've been given from friends like Nell Rojas, who actually has a awesome YouTube channel. You should check it out. But yeah, I think a lot of us have these issues, so hopefully this can help you out. We're going to continue mobilizing the foot. I like to use, this is called a learning ball. It's super soft, super squishy, whoopsie. So it's not very hard, and it's something that I like to use on my feet to help loosen them up when they're really tight. Because if it's too hard, we could be doing some damage. So we just wanna, I put it under my big toe, roll back and forth to try to mobilize. Do it at my midfoot as well. My midfoot gets stuck a lot of times, which can cause pressure and tension on the plantar. And so I just work throughout my foot trying to mobilize and gently open up that area. A lot of times our big toe is too tight, and so I like to stretch it. This is one of my favorite ways to stretch my big toe. I put my big toe up on a wall and leave the other toes down, and then I bend my knee back and forth towards the wall, and this just gives a nice stretch all along the bottom of your foot. This is another way to stretch your big toe, so you can just manually with your fingers and hand pull your toe. I like to pull it out and then up, and that just stretches this. You can see mine kind of pops out really early. You can see that band pop out when I bring it back, and that's something that we're trying to get a little bit looser. You can also, while you do this, give a little massage along the bottom of the foot. Now that we've stretched and mobilized the foot, we're gonna work on strengthening. And so I just have a towel, and you wanna kind of grab it with your toes and try to bring it towards you. And you'll do this 2 to 5 times on each foot. A lot of plantar fasciitis work is working on getting your heel to not collapse. And so you can just stand and try to bring your heel closer to your toes without, I'm really clenching my toes right here. You wanna try to keep this all really relaxed and just make this as small as possible. Not very good at it. So hopefully if you guys are better than me at it, give me some comments below and tips on how to do it better. This next thing we're going to do is kind of like a game. You're going to want to, a lot of people do this with marbles, but you want to try to pick up marbles or something with your toes and put it in a bucket. I feel like I'm kind of cheating a little bit. This is some sort of toy that Stanley got that he plays with in molds, and it's very sticky, which probably makes it easier for me to pick up. But basically you just want to pick it up with your toes and put it in a bucket. Hopefully Pat's not going to use this to make coffee today. This last exercise we're going to do is just heel raisers, which I am almost always doing because of my Achilles injury past, but I like to do it with a ball, squeezing in between my heels, and I'm just going to go up on my toes, hold for 2 seconds, down for 3. And I'll do that anywhere from 10 to 20 times. This whole routine should only take you about 10-15 minutes max. I like to do it once a day in the morning just to mobilize and strengthen. I forgot an exercise. So this is one that I also like to do to work on the big toe flexor hallucis tendon and strengthening of the arch. And so I just put a band around my foot, and then I curl my toes and hold for a few seconds and then come back. Curl, hold for a few seconds and come back, and that really works on the strengthening. And one last tip, this isn't an exercise, but you know, when you have plantar fasciitis or anything going on, it's always really smart to not walk around barefoot anywhere. So I really like to use UFOs. I'm always walking around the house in those to help me and to help offload and keep the arch supported when I'm just walking around. Good luck, everyone. The best thing you can do to help me out is share this with anyone who might be going through the same struggle as me.